In the category of lipids, yesterday we have discussed about fats, which is also called as triacyl glycerols. Second type of lipid or the second class of lipid is wax or waxes. Waxes are classified under simple lipids, means these are structurally simple as they are made up with esters of long chain of alcohol and another chain of saturated or unsaturated fatty acids. So the definition of wax, it is an ester of long chain of alcohol and another chain of saturated or unsaturated fatty acid. This I need to remove. So you need to consider the definition from this to this. So in simple words, it is a combination that results from the reaction of alcohols with fatty acids. Most of the times these fatty acids are saturated fatty acids that leads to structurally simple formation of structurally simple waxes. This is the general structure of this wax lipid. As the name indicates that it is an ester. This is ester bond. C double bond OO. This is called as ester bond. R1 is the hydrocarbon chain and R2 is the hydrocarbon chain. So this end is from alcohol and this end is from fatty acids. So when fatty acid combines with alcohol, they combine through this ester linkage and that leads to formation of this structure, which is called as wax. These hydrocarbon chains mostly do not contain double bond. So if there is double bond, then there will be flexibility and there will be oily structure. Here also there is absence of double bonds from long chain of alcohol and therefore this structure appears solid. These R1 and R2, their length may be different. The hydrocarbon chain, the length of hydrocarbon chain, it may be different R1 and R2. Let us see the formation of waxes, the ester which is formed from alcohol and fatty acids. This is the general structure of fatty acid which we have already seen. R, it indicates CH2, 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 n number of CH2 and then the terminal CH3. So CH3, CH2, 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 COOH, carboxyl group. That is the general structure of fatty acid which we have already learned. This is alcohol, general structure of alcohol. Say for example, ethanol, C2H5OH or CH3CH2OH. So the terminal group is hydroxyl group, that is OH. That is the general structure of alcohol, OH, and here R group is the hydrocarbon chain. So that hydrocarbon chain, it is a very long hydrocarbon chain that is made up with 14 to 20 carbon atoms. So which is centrally surrounded by hydrogen atoms. So it is a saturated chain of hydrocarbon. We already learned what is the meaning of saturated, as it does not contain any double bond. So this fatty acid, it has hydroxyl group here, and this alcohol, it also has this hydroxyl group here. So OH group from fatty acid and hydrogen atom from alcohol. So two hydrogen atoms and one oxygen atom, they are removed as a result of dehydration reaction. That means there is release of one molecule of H2O, and as a result of that removal, this carbon will bind to this oxygen. So as a result of that, there will be, so this group OR will bind here, and that leads to the formation of this ester of alcohol and fatty acid. As we can see here, this COO, this is the ester linkage. This is the long chain of carbon from fatty acid. This is R1 is a long chain of carbon from alcohol, and as a result of this reaction, as it is a dehydration reaction, there will be removal of one molecule of H2O. This is how the waxes are formed, and formation of waxes is very essential, very beneficial in order to carry out several functions in cells, several functions in microorganisms, or in higher plants, animals, algae, etc. etc. This is structure of a typical wax. We can see here. So here there is carbon, C double bond OO. This is the ester linkage, and then this is bound to this hydrocarbon chain, which is having 25 carbons. It is hydrocarbon chain, and this is bound to this is again bound to a hydrocarbon chain having the 30 carbons. So a 30 carbon chain surrounded by hydrogen atoms, fully saturated. As we can see here, that it is fully saturated. That means all the positions on around the carbon atom are occupied by hydrogen atom. So this is hydrocarbon chain, absence of any double bond. This is the hydrocarbon chain, absence of any double bond. So one hydrocarbon chain is contributed by alcohol, and the other hydrocarbon chain is contributed by saturated fatty acid, that leads to formation of this whole structure of wax. In short, we can draw the structure of wax like this. This is carbon, this is carbon. So all these junction points show presence of carbon atoms, and this is a chain of hydrocarbon. As we can see here, this part is shown like this. Then there is C double bond O, O, C double bond O, O, and then there is again a hydrocarbon chain like this. This is hydrocarbon chain, and the last group in this will be CH3, as it is indicated here. This is how we can draw a simple diagram of waxes consisting of hydrocarbon chain, ester bond, and again a hydrocarbon chain. Depending on the number of carbon atoms present or the length of carbon, the waxes are nomenclatured accordingly, depending on their simplicity of the structure or the complexity of the structure. So as it is mentioned earlier that all these are hydrocarbon chain without any double bond, and therefore this is contributed by saturated fatty acids. Now let us understand the functions, biological functions of wax or waxes. Waxes are strongly hydrophobic because if we see its structure, it is composed of hydrocarbon chain, so which is highly hydrophobic, and that makes this wax molecules strongly water hating. That means these hydrocarbon chains are unable to form linkages with H2O, and therefore being non-polar they are strongly hydrophobic, or it makes them water hating molecules or water hating substances. So therefore we can see that wherever prevention of water is required as a function in the cell, in the organism, in animals, in humans, in the organs of animals, or in several components of plants, there we'll find the presence of waxes whose primary function will be to prevent the binding of water molecules, to prevent the entry of water molecules, to prevent penetration of water molecules, and keeping the organelles, organs, or the components of the cell free from water, that is, making it waterproof. Say, for example, in vertebrates, like in humans, say, for example, waxes and oils are secreted in sebum, and sebum is a chemical which is secreted by sebaceous gland. Sebaceous glands are associated in our skin along with hair follicles, and the primary function of these waxes or the oils which are secreted onto the skin is prevention of microbial growth. Second, these waxes and oils keeps our skin moist, and it prevents the drying due to adverse atmospheric conditions. So this is how these waxes and oils have a protective role. Another example that there are certain organs of our body which needs excessive secretion of waxes, and that prevents the entry of water molecules into the sensitive areas of our body, as it is shown in the diagram. This is the diagram of ear. This is ear canal and this is eardrum. Eardrum has a very significant contribution in the hearing process, and it is extremely sensitive organ of internal ear. If it is damaged, then it may lead to the loss of hearing. Therefore, this eardrum, it is exposed, so it is actually present in a canal. So this is the external ear, this is the canal, and in this cavity this eardrum is present. Still it may be exposed, a smaller part of it is exposed through ear canal to exterior environment. In order to protect this eardrum, these skin, this skin which is present in this area secretes excess wax. That wax is called as ear wax. So presence of ear wax here in this canal, it prevents the entry of water molecules inside ear, and this is how this ear wax, it prevents the damage to this eardrum due to entry of water molecules. This ear wax is secreted by our skin cells, and it is also called as cerumen. So cerumen is a type of wax which is secreted in ear, which is called as ear wax. Waxes and oils, they are also present in hairs. Principal component which is present in hair is a strong structural hydrophobic protein called as keratin, and rest of the components are oils, mostly it is wax. So this feature makes these hairs strongly hydrophobic, means water hating. That means it avoids the binding of water molecules, thereby avoiding the generation of moisture. If moisture is present, then that part will be susceptible for infection by bacteria and fungi. This is how these waxes prevents the water molecules binding to hairs. Another example or the source of waxes is wool. Wool is also coated with wax. The wool producing animals like sheep, they secrete lot of wax through sebaceous glands. So these sebaceous glands are present in high number in wool bearing animals. So when this wool is shaved, or when this wool is removed through shavings, that wool is contaminated with this sebaceous gland secretion, that is wax. So when this wool is processed, it is purified. During this purification and processing, this wool releases the wax which is called as lanolin. This lanolin is very important for the formation of this wool wax. This wool wax is nothing but the grease which we generally use for making the instruments or equipments or bearings smooth. So in order to the smoother movements of bearings, balls, this grease is very important. So this is obtained from this sebaceous gland secretions of wool bearing animals. Another source is plant. Generally, if we see that plants leaves have a shiny surface. So this shiny surface or this shiny appearance of these leaves, it is because of the presence of waxes. So it prevents, it is strongly hydrophobic, and it prevents the binding of water molecules which may interfere with the process of photosynthesis, which may interfere or which makes the plant leaves susceptible for the infection by bacteria and fungi. So here also it plays a role of protection in case of plants. External coating on plant leaves also prevents the loss of water from the leaves. Next example or the source of waxes is feathers of birds. So, like vertebrates, birds also have certain glands in their skin that secretes this sebum like substance or wax. So it is secreted in the feathers, and these secretions keeps the feathers away, or it keeps the feathers, it makes the feathers waterproof, preventing the binding of water molecules to feathers, which otherwise may lead to bacterial infection or fungal infections in presence of moisture. So particularly, say for example, in ducks there is presence of sebaceous gland, a very strong sebaceous gland that secretes this wax, and this wax is then massaged by this animal by its own all over the body, and this due to which the feathers of ducks gets strongly hydrophobic. It is true for all the different types of birds also, like in case of pigeons also the feathers are strongly hydrophobic due to presence of waxes. Another example is a very common one, that is honeycomb. This is another source of waxes, that is insect. Another source for waxes is a source of insect. It is also called as insect wax. This means that certain insects they secrete waxes in their secretions, and which are responsible for playing a protective role in their habitat. A perfect example of this kind of function is beeswax. So it is a wax which is secreted by honey bees. Honeybees secrete this wax in order to make its home or house, which is present in hexagonal structure as it is shown in the figure. And honeybees they use this compartments, hexagonal compartments, for which are made up with waxes for the storage of honey. It is also important for allowing protection to the bee larvae and preventing the entry of water molecules in the honeycomb. So the function of this waxy honeycomb is protection and protection of larvae and collection of honey. This honeycomb also serves as an insulated chamber that also gives protection to the insect larvae.